Hi, hello, and welcome to my Flosstube. I almost said whip parade, but that was the last video. I'm a little bit annoyed because I started filming and 5 minutes in I realized I didn't get my first project, so that's cool. Also, just a little disclaimer. I am currently on some ADHD meds, so I get a lot of brain fog. So if I just stare into the abyss and struggling to find words, that's what's happening. It's interesting, just to say the least. I will talk about that at the end. So my plan is I'm gonna talk just quickly about my WhipGo, my calendar, how I do things. I'm gonna show you what I worked on. Then I have a new craft, latch hook, which I got really into. So I have 3 projects. Well, I have one finished and 2 projects. There is just gonna take a few minutes because it's nothing much to look at. And then I have some haul, and then maybe, if I feel like it, I will talk about life updates at the end. So the way I have this planner, so I am gonna have it in my lap, so I'm gonna look down a bit sometimes. So the way I have this one worked out is I got it from AliExpress. So I'm just gonna, so this is kind of how I do it. So a week is for this, for the 4 days. There you go, and it continues on the next page. So it's kind of like that way. It's a little bit annoying that I have to turn the pages, but you know. And WhipGo is still going on for me. It's working. It's really helped me when I want to stitch something and I don't know what to stitch on. The numbers for May got picked, I think 2 days ago, and I have already worked on one of the projects, so I'm living in the future. There's actually only 3 numbers I haven't worked on yet, so I've finished January and February. So these are the first 20 projects I have. On WhipGo, I put projects I don't usually pick, but I want to work on, like Dark Queen. And I have some new starts on there that I want to start. I have a new start that was picked and I just can't start it. I don't know why. It's Leopold, if anyone is also wondering. It's a funny lion. So yeah, I feel really good about my WhipGo. It's working. So the first project that I forgot to get last time is Blobby. This is from Gecko Rouge. I actually worked on him. I don't think I worked on him for like 3 days. Yeah, looks like 3 days. I don't have like a total amount of stitches that I did if I worked for them on 1 day. But I have the percentage. I actually went from 9.9 to no. I did actually do a lot on it. Actually, I'm just gonna show you. I do have him. Where do I have him? I love it when I don't find stuff. This is gonna happen a lot. I'm just warning you. So there we have Blobby. He looks like this. He's the companion piece. Well, in my head, he's the companion piece to Jeremy. So he is currently at 12.48%, 3,249 stitches out of 26,030. And he's done on 28 count. I have a hanging thread, but it's white, so it's not gonna show. Yeah, I didn't do much. I don't know. I'm gonna stand there. I did a lot of white. I think. I don't know. And I think I started working up here on this side. He is not my favorite project tool. Oh, I did fill in the eyes. The eyes are done. I think there's like 3 stitches up in here that's not filled in, but I was hoping I would like him more, but there's a lot of like really light colors and I don't know. Yeah. I did pick up Jeremy, but I put in like, I don't know, 100 stitches, so I don't really feel like showing him. If it's not written in the book, I'm not gonna show it. There you have it. So, after Blobby, I did Mary Morgan, which I'm actually working on now, so I had to take it off the, it's in the Q-snap. I'm currently working on it, so there's stuff happening. It looks like this is from Hade. So this is Story Keep Mary Morgan, so it's kind of like, it's just a horse and the wing of the bird. Because I couldn't bother stitching like 100,000 stitches of greenery. So this one is at, I've actually put in 400 stitches today and I'm gonna continue. So this is at 24.82% right now, so close to 25%. Almost 20,000 stitches. And it looks like this. This is done on 25 count 10 stitch, and just the top up there. So he fits perfectly in, what kind of frame is this? 11 by 11. I'm sorry. And I started, I actually put down when I started him. I started him in May of 2022. That's a long time. Wow. That's almost 3 years. Ooh. So I think I mentioned this last time, that I kind of changed the way I'm working on this. I used Royal Rose, which works really well when it's confetti, but I did get some lines. Oh, it looks so good. So, and I usually did 2 rows like that way. Now I picked 3 because there was some funny stuff happening and I was like, I don't wanna, like some colors just barely was used in the last, in the bottom of the second row, and it was some on the third, and I was like, I kind of want to keep that line, but I'm not gonna be really strict with myself. If I want to continue, I will continue like this. So this is the eye, and as you can see, it goes into the row under. So I'm gonna be rebellious and I'm gonna finish the eye and all that, because there's a lot of like colors only used in the eye, and I kind of want to get them out of the way, but I'm still using, so when I started I did Royal Row, so I did like a row down and went across, but it kind of got a bit, yeah, I got those lines, like I call them valleys, because you get them between like the rows. So what I'm doing now is, you can kind of see it, like there's the left side, which is the hair, you have the horse, which is like brown, and then you have something on the right side. So it kind of divides itself into 3 parts. So I kind of just stitch everything in the first part, like as far as the colors go, and finish that part before I move on to the next part, and kind of try to stitch in all the part threads first. So that's what I did in the I've only done that in the last 2 rows up here, where I tried to carry the threads kind of horizontally instead of vertically. And so I finished a lot of threads. I had a lot more hanging, and this is not much at all, and I can live with that. So I think this is the way to go on this one. I do actually, I bought 2 more story keeps, which I'm gonna show you, which I'm really excited to start. One of them I really want to start soon, but I think I want to get this one done because I really like having it in a Q-snap like this, and just like it lives in this. So just like stitch as far as I can go and then move the Q-snap. So it's really easy to just pop on the stand and just like go, and then I can just like put it away. So that's Mary Morgan. It's one of my favorites, and it's tent stitch. So I think I talked about this the last time, but I kind of struggled with how much waste you get, because I do 2/1, and I usually do a loop start. So that was kind of a problem when I had a lot more threads, because I carry within the area I'm stitching. So I mean, like, I can carry a lot. I don't really care. I would rather carry than end and start again. So I think that kind of solves the problem with a lot of like ending and starting. And because the reason why I do like full cross is that when you end a thread, you kind of can still use that thread. When you do a loop start, you kind of ends up with 2 threads, and it doesn't work. So I think I know how to start. Well, this is actually half cross, not 10 stitch one, if I'm being honest. But I know how to start it without doing a loop start. So that's kind of, or I think I do, because I usually do a pin stitch, and I figured out if I do the pin stitch, I stitch it or I pin it twice and then take it over. It shouldn't be enough. It shouldn't show, but it's still fastened. So I will try that if I need to. If I just like need 1 stitch or 2 stitches, I will try that, and I think that will work with tent or half cross. Anyway, that was a rant. Whoops. So the next thing was I did a lot of him. Did I start? Yes, I did start a new one. I started Little Gamer. It is also a Gecko Rouge. This one. So this is done on 28 count, 1/1 full cross, because that's what I like. So the plan was to stitch all the things and then stitch the blue. No. And I started with these 2 mushrooms. Oh my god, the confetti. I was not prepared. There was so much confetti in it, and I was like, oh, it looks gorgeous. It looks gorgeous. So I'm not even gonna watch that. I think I'm like 2.89%. No, I'm not. I'm 4.34% on it, because it's a new start, so I can just like look at it there. I'm just gonna show you the back first. I mean, look at that. Oh well. So I was trying to like keep myself within the bounds of the mushrooms, and no. Whenever I make like rules for myself, guidelines, like 2 days later, I'm like, nah. No. Sorry, my dog is sleeping. So this is what I got. It looks so good. It looks so good. I mean, look at that. So both of the mushrooms are done, and I filled in like the teeny blue specks, and this is Mario's mustache, and this so there was I started like filling in around them. There was a lot of ninja stitches, so, and I kind of carried, this is the outline of the thing and Mario's foot, so I kind of like just traveled around to finish it, because I like to finish a thread and I can travel with that. So that was a fun one. I actually started a lot of things when I'm thinking about it. So that was Little Gamer, which I had wanted to start for a long time, but I never did. I also actually got in a lot, and I mean a lot, of work on Protector. So this is I don't want to take that. I don't want to use my iPad for this. This is a Hade QS Protector of Light. Is it called? Yeah, it's called QS. It's a quick stitch, but it's 260,000 stitches, so it's not a quick stitch. But there's some other. So this is kind of like just the dragon and the unicorn, and there's another one which is bigger, which has like a castle and I think some dragons on the top, but they aren't showing as well, and I kind of want the two of them. So this is, I think, my biggest project. Oh yeah, it's so fun that when you start to stitch and you kind of like see the design size, like the 450 by 578, you think like, okay, it's big, but when you have been stitching, you see it and you know exactly how big it is. It's like, okay, that's like in the 200, 300 range. This is my biggest one. So I am at, what am I at? I think I'm at 15.36%. I'm just gonna, yep. I am actually at 39,953. So almost 40,000 stitches in on this one. And this one is done on, is it on a 28 count? I was hoping that my meds would kind of like de-stress me. It's not. So this is done on 28 count, 10 stitch, 2/1. So it's chunky. It looks so good. So I got in a lot of stitches. I had in one day I had, how many did I? 2,410. And I finished the area. Do you see what I finished? I finished it up here. There's nothing left up here. So there was like a few days where I just like filled in the same color, and it's all done up there. This is all done. I think I have 2 page finishes. I think this one is done. I think I finished, like, there was a few up there, so I went down here and fill in that color. So I have, it goes down here. So this is what I'm talking about that works with my, oh, it looks so good. Works for me is that I have areas that I kind of like stay within. I can go outside, but I have like, I want to finish that and then move on, and like I don't want to have to go back. So that's what I'm doing here. So I was focusing on this area at the end, but I mean everything else here is done at the top. And look at him. And his face is all done too. So I kind of started to fill in the neck too, which is actually quite fun. It's really fun. And this is where the second wing, and this is where the light from the unicorn. So the unicorn is down here somewhere. I've kind of started to realize that I start in the top left corner and I kind of work halfway and then I kind of move down. So I kind of work, because most of the things I stitch has something in the middle, and I like to have everything else around. So I kind of stitch to that, and then I kind of like to stitch to that and some of the background, and that kind of keeps me at the left side. And I don't think I have anything where I've reached, well, almost on Lightweaver actually, but that's because there's this blue line on the top, the back of its wings. That goes all the way, so I kind of went, but I haven't gone from like corner to corner except for Mary Morgan, but I work differently on that one. So really fun. I really need to get more stitches in on him. He's grumpy. He's my grumpy dragon. I love him. He's one of my favorites. I tend to like blue. Like there, I didn't mean to. It just happened. So after Protector, we go into another month, April. So I just have to, yeah, I actually did get some in on Pokemon, which is 177 stitches. I'm gonna show it anyways because it's in a book. I thought it was something to show. This is my blanket. Call it my blanket. This is from Boxcat. I don't think this is available anymore, but it's Generation 1 Pokemon. Everything is pixel. I started this, so I started stitching in, I think it was 2019, 18, 19, something like that. So I was pre-COVID. And this is absolutely one of the first things I started, I think I was so, oh yeah, I do. 2021. So I was so good at like a month or so that I printed these that I put into the projects bag, and then I circled when I worked on them, and kind of like, so I started this in March 2021. So it's an oldie. And this is 16 count. Oi, I have. Whew. Yeah, I'm gonna show all the fun stuff. So I finished that one, like the outline. No, that one. Well, I don't know. Something. So yeah, my plan is, as always, to stitch the two next one here, fill in them, go up here, do the same here, and then try to go up, or do row by row upwards. Or, well, I do have this in it. I stitch this in hand, and in a Q-snap kind of depends, because I have with these ones magnets, I can kind of, it's a lot to hold, but the fabric is really soft, so it doesn't bother me. So, oh, it's dirty. Yeah, hopefully. So I was trying to have this as kind of a focus piece, but I don't really. The problem is that I used to have, I work from a master set now. Like when I started stitching in this, I bought all the threads for this, and I had it on floss drops, you know, in a ring, and had it in the bag. And then I kind of lost. I got too many projects that I couldn't like buy all the floss for it, so I had to like take from other projects. So I went over to a master set where I just pulled the threads, and now I've kind of gone back to the floss rings. The projects I use the most, I have picked the colors from, which is right now it's Jeremy and Mary Morgan. So I have them hanging by my work desk, like my computer, so it's kind of like easy to just take them off. So I am thinking of doing the same here, because if I only have a few projects where I've done that, and I need something for another thing, and I can't find it in the master set, I know it's gonna be in like one of the bags. but I don't want to do that for every project. I just want to do it for the ones that I have a lot, because this one has a lot of colors and it's kind of a pain to go back and forth. It was easier because I had my master set right behind me. Now I have to go into another room, and that kind of kills the mood for me. So I'm lazy, because when I stitch I want to like sit and stitch. I don't want to move. Obviously. After that I actually did pick up White Christmas, which is a Mirabilia. I actually got in a lot of work on her. I'm a lot. I did something. This is the fabric I'm using. Bought it on Etsy. This is her. She got some funky colors, I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of stitching and I'm like, okay. But here I have what I said. I have all the threads I need for her in the bag, so it's easy to pick up and work on her. So this is on a linen. I don't like linens, but I did try it. So, and she's gonna be put up there. I'm just gonna show you the, can you see the, she's gonna be there in the frame. So I'm kind of like watching where she's gonna be. I'm going a little bit. Okay, we're gonna be a little bit. So this is what I got so far. I am not doing the beads. I do not like beads. I will probably never like beads. So I switch out beads with like étoile or something fancy, or just a regular DMC. So I did a lot in here and started working down here on her. So I'm just gonna, you can see here, I filled in all of this down here. And yeah, so the problem I had with this, and I know I talked about it last time, is that I'm just gonna wear her. In the middle here, there's a lot of the yellow brownish, but there's a lot of confetti, and I don't really like having confetti when there's nothing around to like anchor it in. So, and sometimes my head doesn't want confetti. So I was kind of like, I wanted to finish that part before I do this one. I'm gonna show you what I mean. So her dress, this is all of the same part of the dress, and then there's like another part which is kind of like purple, and then you have the main dress going down here. So I wanted to do this just in case I miscalculated somewhere in this, because I don't trust myself and it wouldn't fit. But now I'm like, I really think I'm just gonna do this first, like all of this, then the pink part, and then the part in here at the end. So yeah, or I'll just do whatever I want, which I always do. I mean, I'm not gonna pretend otherwise. So it was nice. She was on my whip go too, so she's actually the only fancy lady I have right now that I am willing to pick up. She was really, I really enjoyed it. I don't know, I don't count on her, I just see, so it was nice. So I actually picked up and did, I will say, a lot on one of my stamp kits, which I haven't touched in a while. I barely touched. So I took this on when I went to our cabin in the Easter. So this is artwork of my old dog Teddy. I paid someone to make this picture for me when, like, 10 years ago. I just showed her, like, this is, I own this picture. It's not off me, but I own it. So I got this made into a stamp kit just because I think it would look good. Now I realized I've never really looked at this, and there's some odd colors and some of the symbols are like there's at least 2 or 3 places where I have to look at the pattern so I don't get confused or do something wrong. But I mean, like, the colors are pretty similar, so I don't think it will matter, but not really happy with it. And this is 16 count actually. It's pretty big. It's gonna be huge, I feel like. Hopefully it will be good. I think I did the math on this and I think it was like 80,000 stitches or something. It was, because this is over 240 by 330 something, so it's almost 250 by 330, and I think it was 80. Sophia, you know, I sent it to you, you know. So yeah, I was in a really good mood that I just wanted to fill in black. So that's what I did. I also filled in something here. So when I was at the cabin, I asked my daughter, like, pick a color, any color of the floss drops, and I will stitch it wherever I like the biggest. So I'm trying to stitch the biggest colors first, or however much I do want to. But there's some funky, they put in DMC 154 up here, which is like the really purple one. That kind of makes me a little bit nervous. Hopefully it will be good, but I mean, it's all also down here, so I don't know if there's, yeah, I don't know if I ever will finish this, but it's a really nice project to just take with me when I'm going somewhere, and just like, because there's so much 939 and 310 in like large blocks, and I don't think I have that on the other stamp kits. I do have a lot of yellow on Pikachu, but that's something else. So I actually started a new project. We are coming at the end here now. Yep. 33. I talk a lot. So I started a project. I have it in Pattern Keeper. And this is also a friend of Jeremy and Blobby. You will see why. This is Glenn. Glenn the Grim Reaper. He's so cool, I love him. Oh, he's so cool. Oh, we love Glenn. So I did a lot on him for the last few days. I have 711 stitches in on him. He's a total of 8,147, so I am almost 9%. And this is on a really funky fabric. Look, he's judging you and me because I had to rip out. I miscounted in here and I had to rip out. No, I miscounted up in here and I had to rip him out, and I was like, no, he lives up to his name. But I think it's gonna be so cool. So this fabric is 18 count opalescent. You can see like the shimmer from Barbaro Creations. I don't know, I do not remember what it's called. I can find out if you want to. I thought the splotches and everything would make him pop. Yep, so that is Glenn. Really important to give the important projects awesome names, like Leopold, Glenn, Blobby. Well, Blobby I didn't choose, but Jeremy. And this is the last thing I stitched on, which is a new thing. I just had to start because this is a kit, it's a Rioli's kit. So the background is not stitched. So this is stitched, like the branch and the two parrots are stitched. So this is on 14 count, which is, I've stitched on 14 count. I have never stitched like this. So this is interesting. I found it on Marketplace. I had to have it. I was like, yep. And so there was a starting point. It was like a cross where you had to start, and the cross was also on the pattern, but it didn't match up. So the cross was in the middle of a square, and in the pattern it was like the crosshairs was in the middle of a hole between 4 squares. So I was like, this goes, like the branch goes from the edge of the pattern out. So if I choose the wrong hole, I'm trying not to laugh now because I have a bad sense of humor, but if I take it one step too far to the right, like the branch won't be at the edge. So I had to count, and I also realized that the tail of the biggest bird almost touches. I thought it did when go all the way down, it doesn't. So I had to count and was up. And I almost started it the wrong way. But I did start it. So this is my huge start. I got in 2 colors, I got in 2 strands. I don't know if you can, yeah, you can see. You can see the starting point. That's not, yeah. But I did find out. So this should be correct. Better be correct. And I think it's gonna look lovely. Again, first time with that kind of fabric. It's really soft. I have no idea how old it is. It got some really nice colors. I mean, like, look at that. This is like something I don't have these kind of colorful projects. So, and I mean, the pattern isn't too bad either because the pattern comes with colors, so it's really easy to see where it is. And I always make a working copy so I can highlight, and due to the fact that the colors was really in your face, I made a color copy which was black and white. That didn't help because there's 3 or 4 colors that are just squares, so they didn't show up, and 2 of them were very similar. So I kind of have to work from the color pattern, and thankfully my highlighter goes over it, so it kind of looks funky, but at least I know where I am. That was all of the stuff I worked on cross stitch. I have 2, so that one was a new kit that I got, and I kind of started it the day after I got it. I have 4 more kits that I got. Kind of went into a shopping spree kind of thing. I'm just gonna show you the 3 smallest ones. So I had to, these were $10 total. So these are kind of like small. This is Permanent of Copenhagen. So these are small ancient Egyptian kits, and I do love that, and I don't think that there's enough artwork from that time, or I really love ancient Egyptian times, but I do actually have I think I have 2 more kits. I need to start them. I've actually started to want to start things that I have been lying around. I was so wanting to stitch on Saga, but I didn't. I don't know why. I was stitching something else, but So I kind of enabled Alera. I am not sorry about it. Because I found a kit. I do like fancy ladies, but I feel like a lot of them have troubles with their hands and their faces. Then this one popped up and I was like, she actually looks good. I've never seen her before, and it's a full kit. She has beads and metallic threads. I'm not gonna do that, obviously, but here she is. Celestial Angel by Designworks. I mean, look at her face. That's a good face. Like, you can even see her toes. When fancy ladies have good faces, the pattern is usually not easy to read. This is no exception. So I'm so glad I'm starting this with Alera, because she will help me to get this into a PDF. But I spent yesterday sorting all the flosses, and I found my fabric, which I've been lying around for. I had this for years. It's a witch short, and I was going kind of back and forth, and this one is kind of peach colored, and it's gonna, like, the doves has some there was no dove there. The doves kind of, do you see it? The doves have some kind of pink peach colors, and it would blend perfectly with this. So, and she will pop. So I am really excited. I'm not really excited to start her, I'm gonna be honest, but I'm ready. I'm ready for it. It will take some time, but I think she's gorgeous. I really like her, and it's fun to have a kit. I've actually started to appreciate kits more because I can have everything in these bags. I'm just gonna show you, I bought a few things. I actually bought a lot when I think about it. Did I show you? No, I bought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things from Hade. Whoops. And this I'm really excited to start. This is Storykeep Secret Parade. And I mean, it's kind of pixely, but when you look at it from afar, it looks good. So this one will probably, and now when I have, and so there my thoughts went. So the good thing about that one is that it's kind of like Mary Morgan, that you have 3 parts. You have the right, the left, and middle part, so it should be like easy to stitch for me. I also got Storykeep King Codan, which is bigger and longer, but I'm gonna like chop off the bottom under the fox, keep it simple. So that's gonna be fun. I don't know when I'm gonna start these, but, and then I bought 2 patterns that I've wanted for a long time, just because they are small, they are colorful, and they fit together. So this is QS Keep Up. This is also from Hade. I love that one. I've seen it stitched. It's gorgeous, and it's not big at all. I also got, what's it called? QS Tranquil Tulip, which is the same kind of style. I think it's from the same person. And then one day I will start a stitching shelf, and I got the regular one, color, not max color, but color expansion. So this is a stitching shelf color expansion. You all know what it looks like. I didn't want to do max color, and because that's like 250, so I'd kind of compared them. I kind of looked at them at the mock-up of the normal one, the color expansion, and the max color. I would never stitch the supersize, and the QS one was kind of too small. So I kind of went in the middle, which is always a good thing. I will not start that one yet, if I ever start it, but I do have it because I've realized that patterns go away. So if you really want something, you should get it so you can have it when you want to start something. So this is the end of the stitching part. Only took 45 minutes. Awesome. I'm keeping up with myself. Now I'm gonna quickly go into latch hook because I found one of my projects. I had two, now I still have two, but I finished one and got another one. So I went into my cabinet and I was like, what's this? And I was like, ooh, I remember. Then I pulled it out and I was like spending a day on it, and I was like, this is so much fun, I should start the other one. So I finished this one. This is for my daughter. I did a boo-boo. So on these ones, you kind of, I'm just gonna show you on this one. So you fasten the threads in these squares, and on the horse one I did horizontally, and on Pikachu and that I did vertically, even though it says you should do it horizontally, and I read it and I was like, but I mean, it looks good and she loves it. So I spent like 3 or 4 days on this, and it was so nice because I did all of the outline, and then I just filled in the colors where I could, and then just like, yeah, color completion, kind of like, I like this because it's kind of like stitching. You kind of have to think in the same way. You just add, like, you work in a different way, but you kind of have to think about it. And then I had to do one for my son, which I started yesterday, and I got in all of the black. And the problem with these ones is that I'm just gonna flash the pattern. Boop. The pattern doesn't line up with what's stamped on these. I don't know why. Like even with the Pikachu one, it doesn't match up, and they say that if it doesn't match up, you should do what's on these, but the colors on these are kind of hard to see sometimes. So on Pikachu, I followed the pattern and not the stamped colors, and I suddenly had an extra row between them. It didn't matter because I just did Pikachu and then Eevee, and then I just filled in, so it didn't matter. And you get a lot of yarn. I'm so used to saying floss. I almost said floss, but this is yarn. And with this one, I finished the yellow and the orange and all of the black ones. So this is all black I have to fill in. It was a lot, but it works. Because then I know like where, so you kind of just like push it to the side and then fix it. It's really nice. If you're interested, ask me. Then I will link you, or you can go on YouTube and see. I really like it actually. But this is the first kit I have. I don't know if you can see. This is a horse. Lara also have this one. She has it in a bigger. Mine isn't that big. It's 52 by 38 centimeters, so it's not big. But this is confetti heavy. I almost said hell, but it's not confetti hell, it's confetti heavy. So I have to work differently on this one than I do on the other ones. So this one I work kind of like I do with Mary Morgan, which is row by row. So I'm almost 50%. You can kind of see the horse. So with this one I am sticking to the pattern, and I lay out my threads from left, because I work from left to right. I lay out my thread colors, so when I'm gonna fasten them, I just pick it up and put it in, and then take the next one, so I don't have to stop all the time. So I kind of yeah, I hope that makes sense. And also here I do kind of work in, kind of do this part, and then there's the horse, and then it's this one, because the colors are the same and it works. So yeah, I work in a similar fashion for this one, but I think next time I will go no, it actually works going from the bottom up, because when you are finished with the threads, you kind of push them down. So it's a really fun hobby. I like it. When I can't stitch, I still feel like I can do something. So there's this lioness, which is kind of in the same color as this one, which I really want to get, but I am trying to finish up the ones I have first, or at least the tractor, so I can focus on myself. I'm just going to take a sip because I've been talking for 51 minutes. So now we have updates. I'm going to try to keep this short. I started on, so I have ADHD and autism, which I was diagnosed with last year, which was fun. It's still a struggle, I'm not gonna lie, but I have accepted my ADHD because I have started trying meds. I finally started it. The first one didn't work. After like, what was it? Not even a week. I think like 6 days I lost 2 kilos and I had to stop because I was depressed. It was not good. So I had to wait until last week because I didn't want to start new meds in the Easter and being sick in the cabin and just no. So I waited till last week when I started Ritalin, and those kind of worked. I didn't have the headaches I used to. I'm still stressed. And the problem with that medication is that it just lasts for like 6 to 8 hours instead of 12 to 14, which some of the others do. So, and I have to get up at like 6:30 or 6. So it kind of went out of my system at like 2, and the kind of I call it a letdown, but it's called like a come down, or when they go out of your system, it's really, really tough. You kind of walk into a wall, it feels like. So I got really, it didn't work. I had migraines, I was tired, I was everything. So, but I didn't have any side effects when they are working. So I talked to my doctor and I tried something called Concerta, I think. They work. I don't feel any different. I don't have any side effects, like my brain is a little bit foggy sometimes. I lose my words, but I can still eat. I actually eat more, so I've been really hungry lately. And I'm able to be more social without feeling tired. So we went on like a Lego convention sort of things with the kids and my mother-in-law last Saturday, and we were there for 2 hours, and there was a lot of people and a lot of stuff happening, and I actually was able to do things afterwards. I didn't go into like hibernation for like 3 days, which would have happened if I didn't have the medications. So the plan is to bump it up next week. I'm gonna ask about that because I don't feel like they are working as well as they could. And I'm still able to sleep. I'm not really, I don't really feel them that much. So it's good that I don't have any side effects, but it's it's not good that they aren't working as well with the stress, because I'm still stressed, like a lot. So hopefully that will work out. Other than that, it's my dog's birthday today. She turns 1. She's a Swedish Laphound. She's laying in her crate, sleeping, because we were at the dog park and I had her groomed and washed on Monday. She looks like she was rolling around in the mud, so I was like, yeah, that lasted 2 days. Nice. So she's really tired. She hasn't been there for a month because she went in heat, and I can't have her loose when she's in that. So it was good to be back. She was really popular amongst the boys. Poor thing, she don't know how to say no, but she's doing well. The kids are doing well. I still aren't working, but possibly there's maybe an opportunity for me closer to the summer in an online shop. So we'll see about that. And other than that, I'm going goodbye. Finally started watching all of the YouTubes and Flosstubes again, so that was nice. Again, I don't know when I will post next time, because I'm kind of, I don't want to post anything if I don't have anything to show. So I'm hoping to kind of continue in the stitchy mood I've been doing, and hopefully it won't be 2 months or 3 months, but hopefully I will get in at least one before the summer break. I know May is kind of a busy month with a lot of school days off. Like the kids are gonna be home tomorrow and Friday, and my husband is going to Stockholm to a concert with his mom the same days, so that's gonna be fun. And I'm starting to belly dance again, so that's good. I'm gonna do that with my mom in May. There's like 4 courses, or 4, it's called 4 courses, yeah, 4 weeks. And it's fun because I started to belly dance with her when I was like 17-ish, so that's almost that's almost 20 years ago, and now I do feel old. But that's gonna be good. I've been missing belly dancing so much, so that's gonna be fun. And me and Bina is going to a dog show at the end of May on the 24th and 25th, which is gonna be her one and only dog show this year. So fingers crossed for the judges thinking she's the cutest dog there. Hopefully she will do well, but it's gonna be fun, hopefully. So yeah, I don't have any plans this summer. I'm just gonna take it day by day. So if anyone wants to talk, I do enjoy getting new friends. Please say hi, send me a message on Instagram. I think it's the Crafty Shield Maiden. I have it linked down below. Pop me a message. I love to talk. I'm starting to get really good at keeping up with people. Like if I go silent for a week, I try to I try to send a message like once a week, like, hey, is everything okay, just checking up on you. So that's good. That's everything. I am so close to 60 minutes. I want to stop. So yeah, hopefully I will see you again soon. Happy stitching. Bye.